In this video, I want to introduce you to one of the arguably the most important concept in calculus, and it's called limit. L-I-M-I-T, limit. And to think about what a limit is, consider a function f of x is equal to x over x. Well, the first thing you might think if you look at this function is because there's x on top and there's x on bottom, naturally they're going to cancel out and you're going to have a 1. But there's one value of x, where x over x is not going to equal to 1, and that's when x is 0. When x is 0, f of 0 is going to be 0 on top and 0 on bottom. And because you're dividing by 0, this is going to come out as undefined. That's going to be undefined. So we gotta make sure, if we want to write down x over x is going to equal to 1, we gotta make sure that as long as x is not equal to 0. When x is 0, it's undefined. When x is not 0, the top and bottoms are gonna cancel out and you are going to get a 1. So if you wanna graph this, let's call this y-axis, that's x-axis, you are going to continuously have a value of 1. You're going to, when you plug -1 into it, you're gonna get a 1. When you plug 1 into it, you're gonna get a 1. When you plug 2 million into it, you're gonna get a 1. You're always going to get a 1 except for one place, and that's when you plug 0 into it. When you plug 0, it's not going to be a 1, it's going to be undefined. So that's how the graph is going to go. And let's say someone asks you what f of 0 is. What is f of 0? Well, the answer is undefined, and that's what you should say to them. But let's say someone asks you what f of 0 seems to be from the left and the right of 0. And this is a very important question, and it's going to be addressed many times as you study deeper into calculus. And it's what the function is behaving like if we look at it from the left and we look at it from the right of a certain value. And in this case, the value is 0. If we look at this function from the left of 0, it seems like when the value is 0, you're going to get 1 for the outcome. And when you look at it from the right, it's going to be the same case. It's going to seem like f of 0 is going to be 1. So the answer to this question is going to be 1. And that's what the limit is. What limit, and we're going to denote this as limit as x approaches 0 of f of x is going to be equal to 1. And all this is saying is as we are getting closer and closer to 0 from the left and the right, the value f of x is going to take when x is 0 is going to seem to be, it feels like it's going to be a 1.